The ancient vessel drifted through the void, its hull pockmarked with micrometeorite impacts and scorched by weapons fire from battles long forgotten. To the assembled dignitaries of the Galactic Council, it was little more than space junk, a curious relic to be examined, documented, and ultimately dismissed. Primitive propulsion systems, remarked Ambassador Tull, his blue-tinged scales rippling with amusement as he studied the holographic projection. Look at those engine nacelles, utterly inefficient by any modern standard. The council chamber filled with polite chuckles. Gathered in the great hall of the Nexus Station, representatives of the 27 most advanced civilizations in the known galaxy had convened for their centennial assessment of developing species. The derelict warship had been discovered by a Vordian mining vessel near the borders of uncharted space, and was deemed worthy of a brief examination. Those weapon mounts appear to be designed for directed energy weapons, noted Admiral Kren, the military advisor to the Council. His 4 eyes narrowed with professional interest, but the caliber suggests an output barely sufficient to penetrate basic shielding. What I find most amusing, said Representative Lax, her tentacles gesturing elegantly at the projection, is the life support systems. They appear designed for carbon-based organisms requiring oxygen. How quaint. Soft laughter rippled through the chamber again. Only Senior Archivist Dorn remained silent, his weathered face creased with concentration as he manipulated the hologram controls. Unlike the others who saw only an outdated curiosity, Dorn saw something that troubled him. There was an elegant brutality to the ship's design that spoke of a race that understood war on a fundamental level. I believe we should investigate further, Dorn said, his voice cutting through the murmurs. This vessel bears certain hallmarks that concern me. Concerns? About this antique? Ambassador Tull scoffed. It's clearly from a pre-FTL civilization, probably destroyed itself before achieving true spacefaring status. Dorn zoomed in on a partially degraded insignia on the hull. This symbol, I've seen something similar in the deepest archives. The chamber fell silent. I propose we send a research team to salvage its data cores. Dorn continued. If I'm correct, this may be of significance. 2 days later, the council reconvened. The mood had shifted dramatically. Where before there had been amusement, now tension filled the air. Dorn stood at the central podium, his expression grave. The vessel is of human origin, he announced without preamble. A ripple of unease spread through the assembled dignitaries. Impossible, Admiral Kren responded. The humans were contained to their home systems centuries ago. Their technology was assessed and deemed harmless. This ship, Dorn continued, predates our first contact with Earth by approximately 200 years. According to the salvage records, it was called Defender. It was part of something called the Outer Rim Defense Fleet. Outer Rim. Ambassador Lax leaned forward. Are you suggesting that humans achieved interstellar travel long before we discovered them? Yes. Dorn's fingers danced across the controls, bringing up new data. That's not all. The weapon systems we dismissed as primitive. They were simply powered down. At full capacity, they could have disabled a modern cruiser. Stunned silence fell across the chamber. But humans are peaceful, protested a representative from the back. When we found them, they were focused on environmental restoration and cultural development. Dorn's expression hardened. What we found on Earth might not have been all of humanity. The ship's logs mention multiple colony worlds and a military doctrine called the Silent Shield. It appears that when some threat was detected centuries ago, part of humanity withdrew from their homeworld, creating a defensive perimeter in deep space while leaving Earth as a distraction. A decoy, Admiral Kren whispered, professional admiration mixing with dread. The last log entry is most troubling, Dorn continued. It reads simply, Contingency Omega enacted. Silent Shield activated. Should the Council find this vessel, remember Protocol 7. Representative Lax's tentacles curled anxiously. What is Protocol 7? Unknown, Dorn admitted. But the ship contained this star chart. The hologram shifted to display a map of the galaxy with dozens of points marked in red, forming a rough sphere that encompassed the entirety of Galactic Council space. We believe these are the locations of other human military outposts, Dorn said quietly. They've been out there all along, watching us." Before anyone could respond, a communication officer burst into the chamber. "Urgent message from the border outposts. Multiple unidentified vessels have appeared simultaneously across 20 different sectors. They're hailing us on all frequencies." The main screen activated, revealing the face of a human woman. Her expression was neither hostile nor friendly, merely professional. Behind her stood other humans in what were clearly military uniforms. "Galactic Council," she said evenly. "This is Admiral Reed of the Human Defensive Sphere. We notice you found one of our old sentinels. Consider this formal contact between our civilizations." "How long have you been out there?" Ambassador Toll asked, unable to hide his shock. The human's lips curved in a slight smile. "We never left. While you studied our homeworld and dismissed us as an insignificant species, we studied you from the shadows. Earth was always our cradle, but never our cage." "Are you threatening the Council?" Admiral Kren demanded. "Not at all," Admiral Reed replied calmly. "We're offering an alliance. The reason we enacted the Silent Shield centuries ago still exists. There are threats in this galaxy that even the Council isn't aware of. We've been fighting them while you've been deliberating." The human paused, her gaze sweeping across the assembled representatives. "You mocked our old warship," she said. "Now let us show you our new ones." The transmission widened to reveal a vast armada of sleek, advanced vessels that made the ancient Defender look like the relic the Council had initially believed it to be. The age of human concealment was over, and the Galactic Council would never underestimate them again.